Welcome to this Wood Solutions Campus presentation on selling and supplying timber and wood products that are fit for purpose in structural applications. This table is from an earlier presentation and shows the importance of key performance requirements for structural applications. Structural applications are those where the timber's capacity to resist a load and perform in a structure are critical. Resisting exposure outside and coping with moisture-induced movement are both important in structural applications, but have been covered in other presentations. They won't be covered again here. Structural applications include uses such as timber stud framing, columns and beams in multi-storey buildings, wood elements supporting major roof structures, poles, piles and a range of other uses. Numerous timber products are used in structural applications, including timber rounds, sawn boards, plywood, laminated veneer lumber, glulam nail plate trusses and others. Having determined that this is a structural application, some key performance requirements are clear while others have to be confirmed through further questions. Regulatory compliance is the overriding fit-for-purpose consideration with structural material. All structural applications are regulated, and any timber or wood product used in them needs to provide the structural performance required by the structural design standards called up in the regulations. To provide this structural performance, they have to be of a specific size and grade, so the obvious performance requirements are that the supplied material must have a structural grade or accompanying engineering certification. If it does not have a structural grade or certification, it is not fit for use in structural application. The supplied material size and structural grade should be the ordered size and grade, or provide at least equivalent structural performance in the application. For example, if the order calls for a 140 by 35 MGP 10 sticks, the supplied material can be the 145 by 35 MGP 10 graded sticks as ordered, or if the customer agrees 140 by 45 MGP 10 graded sticks, or 140 by 35 MGP 12 sticks. The structural performance of these last two options is the same or better than that of the ordered material. The size is the same or bigger and the grade is equivalent or higher. The change in size may cause problems with detailing, but this needs to be discussed with the builder or with the client and the builder. Attempting to supply an alternative product as having equivalent structural performance to the ordered material when it has an obviously different grade, size or configuration is more difficult. So if the order calls for a 140 by 35 MGP 10, can a 120 by 35 F17 or an LVL be proposed or supplied as an alternative product? As there are many structural wood products available in the market designed for applications in buildings, this can occur. However, someone has to decide whether the alternative product proposed satisfies the application's structural performance and requirements in the same way as the material originally ordered. This means it has to perform the same job in the same application with the same design loading. So if the ordered material was to be used as a floor joist spanning 2 metres at 450 centres in a conventional house, the alternative product has to be able to do at least the same. Then the client has to knowingly accept this is the case. Proposing this type of alternative product requires care. There are 3 common ways of determining equivalent structural performance. The first is referring the alternative product back to the designing engineer. They then have to approve that the alternative product is suitable. The next is using a standard such as AS 1684 residential timber frame construction to confirm that the alternative product satisfies the application's requirement. However, remember that the AS 1684 only applies to residential buildings and it's no use for a commercial building or public buildings. The last option is to use the industry supplied span tables or programs. These will always have independent engineering certification. Using AS 1684 and an industry supplied span tables and programs requires skill and a workable understanding of building types and load requirements. They should only be used after suitable training. There are follow-up questions to ask. The first is if the timber is to be used inside or outside. For structural material used inside, termite resistance or protection is often important. For structural material used outside, durability is a key consideration. The next is if material outside is prone to bushfire or other special requirements. These points are discussed in other presentations in detail. The most regular known problem in the supply of structural applications is the material is not the appropriate size or grade. Australia has rigorous building regulations covering structural performance. To comply with these regulations, the material has to be graded, and the size and grade of the timber has to comply with the structural standards that define satisfactory performance in the application. In summary, structural applications are those where the timber's capacity to resist a load and perform in structure are critical. All structural applications are regulated, and any timber or wood product used in them needs to provide the structural performance required by the structural design standards referenced in the regulations. To select a suitable product, questions about the application that should be asked include: is the application protected inside or exposed outside? Is it prone to bushfire or other special requirements if outside? Each response will influence the selection of a fit-for-purpose product.